Have you ever pondered why, following your spiritual awakening, you suddenly feel drained by social interactions? It seems as if you lack the energy to engage in the same conversations, be around the same people, or even participate in the same social situations. You are not alone in feeling this way. In fact, this sensation is one of the most evident indicators that something profound within you has shifted. However, here is the peculiar aspect of this transformation. It may create the impression that something is wrong with you. You may find yourself questioning, why do I feel this way now? Or why can't I just return to being normal? I want to tell you right now that there is a significant reason behind this change, but we will revisit that point later. For now, let us take a moment to sit with this feeling, that overwhelming sense of fatigue that arises after spending too much time around others is palpable. The insincere small talk drains your energy. The noise, the facades, the drama, all of it feels excessive. Prior to your awakening, you may have been able to tolerate such interactions, blending in and even enjoying them at times. However, now it feels as though your soul has developed an aversion to them. Halfway through conversations, you might feel the urge to escape. You may find yourself desiring silence more than affirmation, leading to a sense that you are becoming unsocial or even cold. Yet, I want to assure you that you are not becoming cold. Instead, you are becoming more aware. After awakening, your inner self begins to resonate, louder than the external world. You start to recognize aspects you previously overlooked. You begin to take note of the energy behind words, the tension beneath smiles, and the superficiality behind compliments. Your ability to discern people's intentions now surpasses your attention to their appearances. It is as if you have shifted from listening with your ears to listening with your soul. The reality is that much of what people convey does not originate from their true selves. Rather, it stems from societal conditioning. This communication arises from fear, the desire to be liked, and a lack of self-awareness. Once you have experienced authenticity, your appetite for anything less diminishes. This is why conventional social settings become uncomfortable, not because you dislike people, but because you can no longer pretend. You are unable to laugh at things that do not genuinely amuse you or agree with sentiments that do not resonate as true. Engaging in gossip, drama, or negativity to maintain a conversation feels unacceptable. Your soul instinctively rejects anything that feels misaligned. This rejection manifests as a sense of exhaustion. You feel tired not due to weakness, but because your energy is becoming sacred. You have reached a point where you are unwilling to squander it. Others may misinterpret this as arrogance or isolation, often stating, "You have changed." Yes, indeed, you have changed. What they are really expressing is that you are no longer playing the role they were accustomed to, and that can be uncomfortable for them. When you awaken, you cease conforming to others' expectations of you. You stop striving for acceptance and begin to honor your truth. Unfortunately, the price of truth is often distance, resulting in the natural fading of some relationships. Certain individuals may cease contacting you, and you will likely notice a decline in social invitations. While this can be painful, it is also profoundly necessary, as your soul undergoes a cleansing process. You are shedding layers, not just of your identity, but also of your former existence. The version of yourself that craved approval from others is fading away. The part of you that agreed to everything, even at the cost of your own energy, is being replaced. Now you find yourself seeking solitude more than socializing, not because of aversion to people, but because you have learned appreciate your own company. You recognize that peace holds greater value than popularity, and that silence is more healing than stimulation. One of the most intriguing experiences following awakening is the sensation of solitude, even when surrounded by others. You may feel like an outsider amidst the crowd, observing the world from a distance, and this feeling is not imaginary. It is real. Your consciousness has evolved, and you are no longer vibrating on the same frequency as before. Conversations once filled with excitement may now seem trivial, and parties that used to thrill you may feel hollow. Yet the emptiness may offer an opportunity. This void is creating space for something deeper within you. You are not meant to fill this space with distractions. Instead, you are meant to sit with it, acknowledge it, and allow your soul to expand within it, as that is where true magic unfolds. That emptiness is where your inner guidance becomes more pronounced. It is where your heart begins to communicate. Often, this guidance encourages you to seek solitude, to disconnect, to turn inward, and to rest. Healing does not occur in chaos. It flourishes in tranquility. Growth does not happen while you are preoccupied with pleasing others. It occurs when you finally return to yourself. Embracing yourself may look like saying no more, frequently canceling plans without guilt, unfollowing sources that drain your energy, and spending weekends in nature instead of at social events. Turning off your phone to reconnect with your own thoughts is essential. These actions are not selfish, they are sacred. They signify that you are safeguarding your energy, choosing alignment over attachment, and trusting your soul more than the pressure to conform. This transition can undoubtedly be confusing, particularly if you have spent your life as a people pleaser. You might feel guilt for withdrawing, or you may fear being misunderstood. However, keep in mind that your awakening is not meant to comfort others. It is meant to liberate you. And often, this liberation comes hand in hand with discomfort, particularly at the beginning. Here is where the beauty lies. Once you begin to honor your energy, you start attracting people who do the same. You will encounter individuals who do not deplete you, who do not demand that you wear a facade, and who meet you at your current state instead of your past. Soulful connections may be rare, but they are genuine, emerging only after you have cleared the clutter. So if you are currently feeling weary of social interactions, embrace that exhaustion. It is sacred. It conveys an important message and is guiding you inward. It is prompting you to realign, as not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone deserves a position at your table. Just because love resides in your heart does not obligate you to share it with everyone. One of the most challenging lessons following awakening is understanding that love does not always equate to connection. You can care for people from a distance, forgive them without keeping them in your life, and send them positivity without dimming your own light. This does not render you cold, rather, it clarifies your intentions. It signifies that you have stopped forcing relationships that were merely meant to impart a lesson, and you are now ready to evolve. Sometimes, the soul craves solitude not out of loneliness, but as preparation for the next chapter that necessitates greater clarity, presence, and truth, all of which require space. Therefore, should you find yourself stepping back from social interactions, do not panic. Resist the urge to fix the situation or assume something is amiss. Instead, listen. Ask yourself, what is my soul yearning for right now? What am I tired of pretending? What am I apprehensive about declining? Gradually, you will uncover that this fatigue is not a problem. It is a message. is deserving of them. Ultimately, you will arrive at a place where solitude no longer equates to emptiness, but rather feels fulfilling. It will be a fulfillment of clarity, a connection to something greater, and a return of your energy to you. When you encounter others from this place, the nature of the connection radically transforms. It will not be based on dependency, performance, or pretense. Rather, it will arise from presence, authenticity, and truth. These connections will not leave you feeling drained. They will inspire you. Not because they complete you, but because they help you remember who you are. So, reflecting back on my initial statement, the true explanation for your weariness with social interactions post-awakening is that you are no longer attuned to noise. You have lost interest in performing roles, adhering to expectations, or living out someone else's version of existence. You are transitioning from an outward-focused existence to an inward exploration. Although this transition may feel lonely at first, it ultimately leads to peace, truth, and spiritual growth. You are not broken, you are blossoming. You are not disconnected, you are in the process of realignment. You are not antisocial, you are sacred. Should you feel fatigued at this moment, grant yourself the gift of rest. Allow yourself to disconnect and embrace quietude. In that tranquility, something beautiful is unfolding. You are returning to yourself, and there is nothing more vital than that.